Did you know the first smartwatch was born decades before smartphones even existed? That tiny device on your wrist has a wild history packed with surprises, and today we are diving deep into where it all began. Welcome back to Objectified, the channel where everyday objects get their moment in the spotlight. Smartwatches are everywhere now, tracking our steps, buzzing with notifications, and even making phone calls. But how did these wristbound gadgets come to be? From clunky calculators to sleek fitness trackers, the journey of the smartwatch is a fascinating blend of tech, fashion, and human ingenuity. So, grab a comfy seat and let us explore the origins of smartwatches, their evolution, and why they have become a cultural staple. The story of the smartwatch kicks off way earlier than you might expect. The 1970s, back then, digital watches were the hot new thing. In 1972, the Hamilton Watch Company introduced the Pulsar, the world's first electronic digital watch. It was a big deal, with a red LED display that lit up the time. But it was not quite a smartwatch yet. Fast forward to 1977, and things got interesting. Hewlett-Packard released the HP-01, a watch that doubled as a calculator. It had 28 tiny buttons and could perform basic math right on your wrist. This was the first glimpse of a watch doing more than just telling time, letting users check news headlines or weather updates. It was bulky and not exactly user-friendly, but it planted the seed for what smartwatches could become. Seiko kept pushing boundaries, and by 1984, they released the UC2000, a watch with a whopping 2 kilobytes of memory. You could store phone numbers or short notes, basically the world's first wrist-based PDA. The 1990s saw smartwatches take baby steps toward what we know today. In 1994, Timex and Microsoft teamed up for the Datalink, a watch that could sync with your PC to store schedules and contacts. NASA astronauts even used it on space missions, which gave it serious street cred. Then came the early 2000s, when companies started dreaming bigger. In 2003, Fossil released the Wrist PDA running Palm OS. It was a mini computer on your wrist, complete with a stylus for tapping through apps. Around the same time, IBM and Citizen collaborated on the WatchPad, a prototype with a touchscreen and Linux operating system. These devices were ahead of their time, but they were expensive and clunky, so they never caught on. The modern smartwatch era began in 2012 with the Pebble. Launched via Kickstarter, Pebble raised over $10 million and delivered a watch that paired with smartphones to show notifications, texts, and emails. It was simple, affordable, and a massive hit. Pebble paved the way for giants like Apple and Samsung. Suddenly, smartwatches were not just gadgets, they were fashion statements. Today, brands like Fitbit, Garmin, and Huawei keep innovating, adding features like heart rate monitors, sleep tracking, and even ECG scans. Smartwatches are more than tech, they are a cultural phenomenon. They have reshaped how we interact with time and our bodies. In the 1980s, wearing a calculator watch screamed tech geek. By the 2010s, smartwatches became symbols of health and productivity. Fitness tracking turned exercise into a game, with step counts and calorie burns motivating millions. Smartwatches also reflect our obsession with connectivity. Some see this as a perk, while others call it a leash. Either way, smartwatches have blurred the line between jewelry, tool, and lifestyle accessory. Celebrities flaunt custom Apple Watches, and athletes rely on Garmin for training data. They are personal, customizable, and deeply integrated into modern life. Did you know the first smartwatch ad appeared in a 1984 issue of Popular Science, hyping Seiko's UC2000? Or that the Apple Watch's digital crown was inspired by traditional watchmaking, blending old-school design with cutting-edge tech? It flopped, but it was one of the earliest attempts at a wrist-based computer. And here is a wild one: some smartwatches today can detect irregular heart rhythms and alert doctors, potentially saving lives. Who would have thought a watch could do that? What started as a niche gadget for tech nerds has become a global obsession, blending style, health, and connectivity. Its journey reflects our endless drive to innovate and make life more convenient. Whether you wear one for fitness, fashion, or just to stay in the loop, the smartwatch is proof that even the smallest devices can have a massive impact. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the origins of smartwatches, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more stories about the objects that shape our world. Got a favorite smartwatch feature or a vintage watch story? Drop it in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching Objectified. Stay curious, and we will see you in the next one.